Hello, this is Vulturefire, and today's video is going to be a Rue bleed list. So we are still on 7002. Next beta patch probably will have the new character. So pretty sure that's what we're waiting on. So we're going to go ahead and do a run with Rue bleed, and it's going to be a fun time. We even have Spirit Bane wraps, which is perfect. We'll take either Flux Converter, extra max health, sure. And then we have this deck. So mostly this is the same as a list that I've played before. We are trying out a couple new cards. One of them is Bloody Focus, which is a mana card that is gain 2 mana and then trigger bleed 2 times on all enemies. I think that's the only new card in the starting deck. We also, in the card pool, I should put Absorb Demise in the card pool because I really would like to see another copy, I think. And then I think we will cut, I think Ferric Antics I have been kind of disappointed with most of the times I've seen it, so we can cut that. So our other new cards, we have Sangromancer's Gift, which is trigger the bleed of any enemy 2 times. Draw this card without increasing the fatigue counter whenever you give bleed to an enemy. This one is kind of interesting because we're usually not actually going to be playing it with the goal of increasing bleed. We are going to be playing it with the... we're actually just going to be playing it because we want to be able to draw it for free to discard it over and over again. Vampiric Strike is deal 4 extra damage to the first enemy, deal an additional 4 damage if the target is bleeding, and it has lifesteal. I'm not totally certain if that's actually a card we want here. Prismatic Strike I think I want to include. It is pretty good. I think I like it more than I like Vampiric Strike. Blood Offering is create and shuffle 1 Blood Echo for... There's no... okay, it just doesn't give you the extra tooltip when you mouse over there. Okay. Yeah, it is create and shuffle 1 Blood Echo for every rank of bleed among all enemies. Draw 1 Blood Echo. Oh, I think this is new, actually. I don't know if that's this patch, but I know that you used to not be able to... You had to just click on it to see the card. That's very handy. Give any enemy bleed 1, then trigger it 1 time. Draw 1, removed. So these are... Let's just kind of do this Bloodstorm. So we have, the Handful of Knives. Eviscerating Strike, I don't think we really want. We could go with Hexing Rite, which would trigger bleed, give us a bit of heal, which is pretty okay. But I think, all of our epics. Maybe we cut Lust for Blood. I know Lust for Blood is good, but I find it a little awkward to use, but it's very good, so. I could also see justifying fitting another mana card in here. But we have a decent amount of mana in our card pool, which will hopefully cover things for us. We don't have many mana cards that generate a lot of mana here. But anyway, our other note here is we do have Exsanguinate, which is draw 2 and heal 6 if an enemy has 5 or more bleed rings. Oh, you know what card we want? We actually want Demonic Greed because it generates... Because treasures, because you play them and then they generate a card. This is effectively 6 mana for 5 bleed triggers on all enemies. I think we may just cut this for it. I don't know that I care about the Grizzly Strike because it has to go to the first enemy, which can be awkward with how much enemy summoning we're doing. Mindstep could be an Absorb Demise. Or not an Absorb Demise, it could be a... that one thing. My brain has decided to leave me. Ooh, we could run Hunt. That could actually be very good. Because we are Rue, so we can get critical damage on our bleed procs. That's probably better than Void Eruption. I don't know that we need Void Eruption. Okay, so got a lot of stuff going on. Some of these cards I've tried before, some of them I have not. We're absolutely going there. Emptiness we can deal with. White Flame I would rather not. Let's do these 3. We don't really care about Hunger. So we are dealing with Baelator with Emptiness. I'm not too scared of Emptiness with turn 1 decks, I think. We aren't doing status, so that part of it's largely irrelevant. Between these two areas, I don't really have a strong preference, but I think Scorching Winds has more for us because we could get several Scorching Wind cards that are pretty good for us, actually. I think all of them do okay work for us. So, and Infested Goliath is absolutely the one we want to see because that has bleed cards. Or it has one bleed card, the other card change. So we don't have any reroll tokens to start with, but I would like to have one so we can get against this one. So yeah, we have that to start with. Pointy Hat's not actually terrible, but Bag of Tools. Okay, so the card that we want here is against the Swarm. So it now has Mecha Suit, which is 4 mana, gain 20 shield, and get 630 per ally, which is interesting. But we want against the Swarm. For the other fights, I don't necessarily want to deal with Sleegaze. I don't really care about either of their cards. But I do kind of want to go through the fire. And I would like an artillery. So artillery is pretty good. But I also don't hate just going through all of these Bentas, because the Benta cards are good. So we'll start here, because I would take any of these, I think. And then we'll go... Elemental Prowess is a lot worse than it was. Whether or not I actually take this fight, I think it's going to come down to... Well, I could also go up this route. That gets us 2 idle rewards. It gets us a guaranteed Benta card, but only 1. We don't get any Benta cards after the mid-boss. Always tough choices. But I don't know that we necessarily want to pick up a ton of cards. We'll start here. This fight should be relatively easy. Let's see what we get out of that. Ooh. I think we pitched that. That'll do work for us. And then, yeah, we get Absorb Demise. Goodbye. Oh, the ambush. That's how we got that crit. I really want the Scutching Wounds, but I want the Infested Rites more, because that's going to be our only shot at Infested Rites this run. We can pitch that. Cool. I was looking for that. Well, this is more what I was looking for, but... We can get Bleed on you. We can pop this, which will kill this one. Which will draw Absorb Demise. We can copy the Absorb Demise. We're going to pitch that. Actually, maybe I should have played it. Oh. We unfortunately are just a bit shy of getting this kill, but it shouldn't be a problem. Because, yeah. Goodbye. I don't know that we can support Exsanguinate yet. Precarious Draw helps set us up for the future, although it's not necessarily the most valuable right now. Cursed Horseshoe is very good. Whatever. I don't really care about any of the buffs there. Spell damage plus 10% does basically nothing, but it is what it is. So we're going to do that and that. I'm deciding if I want. Yeah, I do want to do this because we want to get because the bleed will split out. And we have this Purity, which is really nice. There's no point playing that. Yeah, that extra damage from whatever is very good. From the crits are very good. That we're getting from having ambushed things with that one card. And then we can... I want to get the execute kill. Boom. Executed. That's very good. That's pretty good. This is also pretty good. God, this just shreds things. And this is going to be our only chance at discard. I don't know that it does more for us than these. This one is just kind of card draw sometimes. And it is a lot of bleed procs potentially. I'm going to take Blood Offering. Yeah, that gives Ambushed, which, as we've established, is pretty good for us. Okay, that then draws 2 Blood Echoes, which is pretty good. I like that upgrade a lot. I also like Execution a lot, and I also really like Absorb Demise Plus. If I don't know if we need Absorb Demise Plus yet. I don't know that we need this Precarious Draught yet. I think I'm fine with cutting it for now, since we do have the Infested Rights. This fight has a pretty good amount of health, which could be a problem. The awkward thing here is we can't actually get... If we play this, we just kill that immediately. Which means we don't have any space for things. There we go. That draws that back, which we will pitch. It's not quite lethal yet. Now it is. But yeah, so this should be pretty good. Got all those Blood Echoes. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, I want Gushing Wounds. Gushing Wounds should be good. And then I think we should be fine with this elite fight. I don't really care about either of these. Adjustable Protocols isn't terrible, but it's also not amazing, but it's not terrible. No luck on getting the summon there, although it doesn't matter a ton. This seems okay. We aren't actually going to be doing... it's possible that... It's very unlikely we end up with spells, so... Okay, so we want more cards in hand. That'll do. Ooh, and we can copy this Gushing Wounds. You are bleeding. You are bleeding. And that, I believe, should get transferred back. Okay. So this will create and shuffle infinity Blood Echoes. So that should be enough to win us the fight, because now we have, yeah, just 12, 14 of them left. May as well target this, because the other two are just going to die. You're now holding all of the bleed. This is pretty good. We will need to find more mana soon enough, but for now we don't. We'll absolutely take that Lucky Charm. It lets us force the reroll on against the Swarm here. We would like to find some cards that we don't have yet. Please hold Rebooting Brain. Yeah, I think we are going to get double Gushing Wounds out here. Yeah, so we get 15 Blood Echoes. I think we want to do that there, because then we're going to kill this, and it's going to transfer the... There's that. And this will then spawn in new friends who we can... Oh yeah, and then you're just doomed. That'll kill back one. I should play that out. Easy does it. Forbidden Rites versus Against the Swarm. Against the Swarm is very good. So it's Forbidden Rites. I think Bleed Generation isn't a problem right now, and I do want the extra mana on hand. This is absolutely better than that. This could be good. This could also be very good. So let's get Arcane Detonations out. This will give us +4 total damage on our Arcane Detonations. It makes it harder for us to... Actually, this may break Execute, so I don't want it. So for upgrades, this upgrade I think is very good. I haven't taken it yet. I think we want the Absorb Device Plus. That gives us a lot more mana and lots of healing. And then I think I still don't want to cut anything. So here, you can go through events. Events in this area are pretty good. The ice weather is kind of annoying, but not honestly a huge concern. Devour Ice doesn't do that much for us. Ice Shards with the Frost Rune nerf doesn't do that much for us. But this is double elite, which gives us 2 upgrade options. Noxious Focus is okay. I don't think we want any of that. So the question is, can we deal with the ice? And if the answer is yes, then I wouldn't hate a Mystic Ritual. These Emptiness fights, I guess, do start with Purity, which I should have thought about. That could be a problem. We could dodge it by going this route. We still end up here. Let's go here and see how this goes. Because it is going to be very relevant. We really do need to find out how big of a problem the Purity is going to end up being for us. I think we do that. Alright, this will draw us Absorb Demise. And then we can use our own Purity there. This will draw us Absorb Demise again. This will draw us Absorb Demise again. That's only 4 bleed. These are going to be super expensive, but that's only bleed 5. I think we're just actually going to do this. Oh, we can do that, I guess, to finish off. There we go. So that did work out. I don't hate having a treasure map. Although it doesn't help us with the Purity, but it's not bad. I don't know that we want a second Gushing Wounds. I don't know that we don't. I don't think we'll take the treasure map. Got extra max hand size, which is nice. Gather all of them. That doesn't do that much for us. This doesn't do anything for us. Right, because we don't care about spell damage. We aren't applying any status directly yet. We'll just discard that. And we will go here. So there isn't an idol active, so. So we do have 16 Max Frost, which is going to make this relatively easy. Let's... What is it that is doing that bump bump? Oh, it's the Exsanguinate. Give me a second. Alright. Want to kill that. We can do this to set it up. Doop. This will actually do quite a lot of damage. Goodbye. So yeah, that went very well. We even managed to get in under the whatever limit. And we just take an arms race. Do we actually have any strikes? Yes, we have reckless chases. And the execute. That seems okay. We still really need a forbidden knowledge. And we didn't take the forbidden rites, so we are pretty low on actual enemy summons. I think that's our biggest weakness right now. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And I'll draw us Absorb Demise. Let's go ahead and get that out. I probably should have put that on one of these guys, because we do only get partial value on, bleed on, whatever. Let's put that out, and then create and shuffle a bajillion of those. And that gets actually played on discard, which means that it'll trigger bleed. Because, to be clear, that was from this, not from the mana card, that we triggered bleed there. There we go. Do we take a second Gushing Wounds, or do we just take another Tricky Focus? I think we reroll and try and look for... We take another Barbed Gale. I can reroll one more time. I don't think I actually care about either of these. I don't actually care about those. Although the nice thing about stasis cards is that they just sit there. I don't totally hate another Barbed Gale. Mana on it could be tricky. I really want a Forbidden whatever. I think we take... actually, this is a way to get whatever out. To get more shades out. It is Arcane, which isn't terrible. Ooh, this is great. We will take that over the Shield Bot. Okay, because we do need to get through still. All right, we do have Forbidden Rites. We just hadn't drawn it really. So I had thought we hadn't ended up taking it. Okay, that doesn't quite kill you. This could be a little awkward, because we're going to end up having to Arcane Leak ourselves. Okay, this is fine. And then that kills you. We're gonna do this, because now we can do that. What happened to things that die in the ally? That's the bug. I figured it out. That's very unfortunate though, and that kills... We're in big trouble because of that bug. So we're clear, the bug is that enemies in the whatever slot do not pass things on. Alright, so we are going to see if we can recover from this terrible, terrible turn one. And now we have a Frigid Nullstone in our deck, which is awful. No, I messed up. I shouldn't have discarded what I did. Maybe this will give us draw. Nope. Alright, we are taking a lot of damage here. Hopefully next turn will not suck as much, but no guarantees. I may end up having to restart this fight because I messed up. We should do that first. The problem is they're both going to die at the same time. Alright, that gives us mana. Gives us straw. Gives us straw. I think we're stuck pitching One of these, maybe? I think we pitched that. So this will immediately replace itself. Give me a second. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, I could have gotten rid of the fatigue, but ooh, that is now an okay amount of bleed. That's even more bleed. Yeah, looks like we are going to claw this one back. And we will lose the fatigue. We'd have preferred to have lost mana, but actually no, we should just have this. Yep. There we go. Okay, so that was bad, but we clawed it back. Is this any of this really what we're looking for? This is not bad. It's not amazing, but it's certainly not bad. Trying to remember what else is in our card pool. We don't yet have the Singermancer's Gift. I kind of want to just take this. We'll take the Aerial Stratagem. Without the ability to get rid of this bleed on ourselves, this is just suicide. We don't have any way to get Purity. This doesn't do anything for us yet, but theoretically it could, I guess. I think this upgrade is probably pretty important. It doesn't make the card much more expensive, but I think it's going to be valuable. And then, do I cut the treasure map? It's done okay work. I don't think we really need another reroll token. I think we have the Curse Ceremony. It's a little awkward. And I had thought we didn't have Forbidden Rites because I'm dumb. We rush away from them? Ooh. We hide. Ah, dang it. That isn't how we get the actual Chimera fight. I messed up. I meant to get the bonus Chimera fight. That's fine. We still get an upgrade, so I'm not going to bother restarting to fix it. I think we do upgrade Execute. I think it is going to be a lot easier to trip that way. Because obviously we have kind of struggled to make it work. Okay, here we go. So here we have to deal with all this purity, which is annoying still, but let's do that. Actually, I should have done that first. Could upgrade this. You're going to die, which is good. And then we're basically just hoping that this will... it didn't really help us. It doesn't get played on discard. May as well get that Mighty out. Draw. All right. Yeah. Okay. No, because it's not consistent. Give me a second. All right. So we are possibly going to exploit ourselves. But I think that's fine. By possibly, I mean definitely. Goodbye. Unfortunately, this can't cleanse us. I think I do want to lose fatigue because we are going to do this. Yeah, need this mana. Let's do that. You're basically dead. Let's go ahead and finish that off. And then, yeah. Okay, so we end up at full health. So that all worked out. You just take another barbed gale. I don't hate it. This is probably better than that, maybe? I can't just pass up a duplicate, you understand. I don't know if I want to keep the third barbed gale. I know, we kind of need it. We may actually cut. The arms race is a little awkward. The treasure map is a little awkward. We can cut the treasure. We have the pirate hook. We don't need the treasure map. That's my final answer. And then here we go. So this fight we will end up getting shocked. The main thing is just as long as we can keep killing summons, we should be in okay shape. Let me think. Let's pull this out. That's good. Just getting rid of that purity. Alright. So we need to get rid of the purity on this. I think we're going to end up duplitoming what? These two? I think so. And now that'll draw Absorb Demise. We can't quite afford that. We can give you a bunch of bleed. Trying to think what the odds are of us drawing mana. Because if we're going to draw mana, then I want to play that. We can do this. Yeah, that ends up working out. We don't get value on that, but you get to execute, which will get us an Absorb Demise back. I'm pretty sure we are going to use this here in a moment. Yeah. Ooh, okay, that's awkward. I don't know that we can kill this. But we have plenty of evasion. So we can afford to draw this out for another turn. Because as long as we don't just get somehow completely dumpstered by... Yeah, okay, we didn't get frozen. We didn't get the frigid nullstone, which is kind of the big thing we have to dodge. That is lethal. That's fine. Just pitch those. And hope we draw not those. That'll do. Because now, this will kill this one. There we go. I think another Forbidden Rites would help a lot. Just give us a lot of mana. Ooh. Oh, but this is spell damage, which is useless to us. That doesn't do anything for us. This doesn't do anything for us, really. The Shock Rune is just not that valuable for us. I don't see us going into Curse. I don't see us going into spells at this point. That's pretty good. I don't know what we would cut for it, though. Do we cut the Duplicitome? That feels so wrong. This is so good for helping us strip off Purity. I don't know how much this actually matters. Yeah, that could be a mistake. We'll find out. I think we want to upgrade the barbecue. And what do we cut? Do we cut? I think the arms race is, yeah. So we are fighting Baelator. I really don't want to deal with Opportunist, but I do want to go through here. Let me think. We don't actually care that much about this fight, but the clear focus is okay. Hunger focus is probably better for us. We only get one, so we get 2 events there. No events before the mid-boss, though, if we go this route. These fights are both very easy for us, which is a plus. Then we do have to go through a Prowler. And Mirror Miss Prowler can be a pain in the butt if we mess up. We can probably actually just absorb Prowler damage. And I wouldn't hate having a Persecute to strip off Purity. We can also go this way. That lets us force a Persecute. And then we go... We don't really care about either of these cards. Like, I would like a Corrupted Font, but I don't necessarily need it. There's something about any Forbidden Knowledge. I think we'll start here and just eat the Prowler damage. So we're going to start with this so that we can whomp. And then I think we are copying the Barbed Gale. I could duplicate those two. Yeah. Haha, we don't have to eat Prowler damage. We can just Turbo Bleed. Persecute. Event. Hey, that did actually work. I was a little worried as I clicked through it that I was not actually going to meet the condition. Exsanguinate Plus is not bad. I do like Barbecue Plus though, because it is just so much extra bleed, so much extra damage ultimately. And then we could go through this Prowler again, but I think I would rather. It's clear. I think Clear Focus is probably better for us than Hungering Focus. We have to deal with Prowler regardless of which fight we take. God, I forgot. We have to go through 10 freaking... Okay, we actually do need maybe another Persecute, because I forget this Jagoff is going to start with 10 Purity. So we are going to need a way to deal with that. Trying to think if we can... There are any of the idle cards we actually would want to have. Because right now we have no stasis cards, because we're kind of trying to play turn 1 game. There's only one unfortunate chance that we get this. I don't really want to burn rerolls on it. I think Clear Focus does more for us. Absolutely, we will upgrade the last Barbed Gale. Yeah. Would love a Forbidden Knowledge. Okay. Pretty okay start. This one's a jerk, but we can once again just... Actually, we don't have... Yeah, we do have the mana. We're going to duplicate these two. And the reason we're duplicating the Firebomb is that it's how we're going to take care of the Purity there. So you now have Gushing Wounds. You also have Gushing Wounds. We have to do this and that first if we want to get Kalita on the back one. And then we're... That is a completely reasonable number. All right. And we're not even fatigued yet. So these are going to be free. And then we want you to die and give us value. And we want you to die first, because you're going to die on the next card we play. So that we can get back this. Then we need you to die so you don't opportunist us. Which means you have to die. We have to actively kill this one, because otherwise... I guess we could have just taken the hit, because we have... It's fine. There's really no point in getting fancy here. We just have turbo lethal. I mean, Demonic Reed is still a whole lot of bleed procs, but I think we want that. Gilded Skull would give us a way to get rid of... God, but our deck is so... But the thing is, like, if we don't turn one, this lets us get rid of potentially the Frigid Nullstones, which could be hugely important. But it requires us to get rid of things that are probably something that's probably going to be more valuable. This is the only thing I could see cutting. I don't know that we need the Soulcatcher Ingot because we have the Absorb Demise Plus. That could be a mistake, but we'll see. Could duplicate that and that. I think that does make sense. I'm not sure I'm not totally sure we have the mana for that, but see what we get on that. Okay. So we need to kill something in order to get mana? Actually, no, we don't. So we are going to get Absorb Demise back. Unfortunately, doesn't quite work out perfectly, but it works out pretty well. Kind of hoping for draw there. Well, maybe this will be draw. It was draw. Kind of a risk, but kind of unfortunate that it split like that, because I'd rather have the go straight there. That'll do some damage. All right, that lets us get rid of that problem. And then this will kill it, so that's fight. Hunt is actually very good. That massively supercharges our bleed damage. Give me a second. All right. Distraction over. Ooh, kind of duplicate that Barbed Gale. That seems a little silly, but we're going to do it. Just Blood Offering forever. This would kill that one. There we go. That does kill, yeah, all of those. I should have played out these first, although, I don't know, it's kind of a hard choice. Sure, mana's good. Hey, we got that. I do kind of just want to draw and try and find whatever, although that kind of commits us to never finding our critical, but I don't know that that matters. What's our critical chance? We don't have any. We can do that. Oh, we didn't actually, because of emptiness, we didn't actually get the freeze, but... And that went very cleanly. Get vaporized. I don't think we actually need that. I don't know that we need this, although it does work. I think we reroll and try and find. I don't know that that actually ends up doing that much for us. This is a lot of bleed triggers. I don't know that we upgrade it, but it seems okay. We'll just take that. Upgrading that doesn't do that much for us. You upgraded all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, that is very good. Rummage Plus is actually pretty good. This upgrade is expensive, but it's very good. This upgrade... Oh, we're going to upgrade that. I forgot that also triggers bleed a bunch more times. Do we cut the handful of knives? It's probably the worst thing we have. No, because it's another way to strip a whole lot of purity off, which we need to be able to do. Honestly, the execute, it's so good when it works, though. I don't think we can. We could maybe cut one of the reckless chases. All right, so we are looking at more prowlers, and it's a mirror prowler. That should be fine. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. I don't think we can beat CPU. I don't think we can deal with the opportunist. I don't think we can deal with the amount of, because it'll be an emptiness CPU. I don't know that we can deal with the amount of purity. So in this awkward position where I kind of want to duplicate this. This is a pretty garbage hand overall. Okay, so we can do this safely though, because we do have clear focus in hand. And yeah, I think we have to duplicate that. Do we? Sand is super awkward. You just have no way to get bleed out. Oh, right, and that shows up at the back. Ugh. Okay, so that is pretty bad for us, aside from the fact that it turns on Hunt. We're going to have to do that and hope that we get something valuable out of it. No straw. Kind of what I was hoping to see. We are taking damage here. So this one is actually going to show up where we can hit it, but may as well do that, because then at least it's weak. So that when it hits us, it doesn't hit us for as much. Okay, we can duplicate that and that. I'd really like to be able to get rid of the purity without spending whatever on it. Alright, we didn't get the crit there. I think that has to happen. Okay, I guess we're just doing this, as awkward as it is. And then we have enough evasion now that we can safely do this. Yeah, because you just don't do anything to us. And then this will, if we do that first, you're now dead. And now this will. Got there eventually. I solved the puzzle. That's okay? Yeah, I'm fine taking that. Yeah, CPU. I keep hitting CPU during videos, and then I keep trying CPU, and then I keep dying to CPU. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I am pretty sure that I'm going to end up restarting this again. Because of the purity. Also, the other thing is, like, after CPU trips the opportunist, like, once, the next one is going to be a summon, which is a problem. Also, we once again are sitting here in this awkward position of just not really having ways to get our bleed out. Which is obviously very much not great. We can play this to get evasion. And powerful. So what would we duplicate then? Becomes the question. We could discard that. And then duplicate these two, maybe? I know, this is just such an awkward hand. Because that lets me get this out. We are taking hits. Oh, I should have played this the other way around. We would have gotten value from doing it the other way around. So this gets us attacked, but it doesn't get us killed. But yeah, now we are in a rough spot. Oh, but we could do this, but it doesn't help. Well, it actually turns this on. But yeah, this trips opportunist again, and then we have to deal with all the purity that this dumps out. And I think that's probably curtains. Because we don't have any AoE purity stripping. I mean, that helps. It doesn't do enough, but it helps. This also now has opportunists. Oh, but this will trip opportunists first. Not that that matters a ton. I guess we do that. Alright, so we got rid of opportunity. We got rid of the purity on that. Which means we should be able to kill it. That trips that. So once this dies, we will be able to strip off the rest of the opportunist on the CPU itself. Both of them are going to die, which will trip opportunist, which will get us hit. But oh, but that tripped opportunist on that one actually. Yeah. And now we are turbo cursed, and we're going to be starting this turn fatigued. We don't have to deal with the opportunist this turn, which is something, but maybe I have to discard that. So I think we are kind of at the mercy of this giving us draw. It did not. I think we have to transform both of these and hope that they give us draw. Yeah. That's not more draw. And then, yeah, we didn't find what we needed, so I'm pretty sure it's over. Because Opportunist is back up again. Yeah, I know it's over. No, it's not even worth playing it out. Okay, we are... That's kind of what I expected to have happen, which was just that, like, our initial turns were demolished by our inability to get through the Purity, and then the combination of the Purity and the Opportunist ensured that there was just no way we were getting through that. Which is unfortunate. Hopefully the same thing won't happen. We won't have the Opportunist against the Baelator, which I think is going to make all the difference. We don't really need that against this fight. Let's see what we get out of this. Duplicate those. You can also just duplicate the mana, which might end up being valuable, because we are going to Blood Offering after setting up an unreasonable amount of bleed. Right, you're just going to die here in a moment. Let's go ahead and get 43, whatchamacallit? Which will almost kill this. There we go. That could be okay, but I'm not totally sold on it. I think we're just gonna cut whatever we take it there. Crit damage plus 40% is, we haven't actually been hitting this Arcane Detonation that much because we didn't actually play that many strikes. Yeah. This may actually be valuable. It costs us 1 mana, but it gives us an extra card before Fatigue. I think it's worth more than 1 mana. And then, yeah, I think we just cut the treasure map. We didn't find any forbidden knowledges yet, which is unfortunate, but we're just going to do this fight because it should be pretty easy, because these guys are great for us. All right, we are going to absolutely duplicate those, because it's completely reasonable. So yeah, now we can get these 10 damage crits. And our hand is just going to fill up with whatever. Anytime we play anything, just so much damage. Fight. Hey! Complain enough times and you shall receive. Temporary buff doesn't actually matter that much, but I guess it's extra starting mana. I think we're just going to take the energy. That doesn't do anything for us. That would mean we would get no mana at the start of each turn. Starting Predator Rank is not actually that useful for us. This is actually okay. If we end up taking multiple turns, this is very good. And that didn't give us enough. And we're going to save the others for rerolls in case we need them. We have a thinner deck than I normally go in with, but Melostrada would still say that I absolutely needed to cut more cards. We do have to deal with this. We probably need to duplicate that for that reason. Let's see what else we draw. I do like duplicating that. Although, Until we can get rid of the debuffs, it's not great. I'm still game for duplicating it, I think. And just... should maybe be actually putting the bleed out. This is going to kill you, which is going to waste most of that bleed, but... let's see what we get out of that. Go away. Can't read that. Okay, lose 1 fatigue or draw 2. I think we want to draw 2 at this point. We need to get rid of the other 2, whatever, which... I think this is our best bet for doing that. There we go. And now, we can actually get started. Alright, I guess we just do that. We are out of draw, unfortunately, although we could try and get more. Maybe we could have actually just transformed that. There's some draw. There's some mana. Right, there's that. We have the lethal, so we do have the ability to get these massive hits out. And I think this should give us the kill. Because that'll be, yeah, 80. Yep. That is a turn 1. All right. And yeah, that was, that worked out. And that is it for this video. And I will see you next time. Doodles.